Top of the day to you. Actually, it's late afternoon. It's pretty warm. We're probably over 90 by this game for the day. A little bit of a breeze, so it's kind of helping out. That's nice. But today we're going to do a little taste test comparison. We have a bone stock 362 for some comparison purposes, and then we're going to run a completely bone stock. This is a phan Echo. It's the 620 version with the wrap handlebars, so that's kind of sweet. One thing I noticed about that saw, it's a little portly when I picked it up the first time. I filled them up with fuel. They gained about a pound. 13.3, 14.3, I think that's what it was. Kind of heavy for the Echo, but it's not really an air injection saw, so I'm curious to see how it performs against this 362 in stock form. I've never had the opportunity of the two saws at the shop at the same time to be able to actually run them in stock form to see. Then we're going to zip them both. So I'm actually just curious to see how that saw responds. We're testing a saw that has kind of a proven track record in this trim right here. If you're tuning them kind of for torque, it'll run with a 460. And in all actuality, pulling a 32, the Psycho version, if you kind of hedge toward torque, will actually do better than a 461, which they're up about a horsepower and 3/10 in stock form. So I guess that's saying quite a bit for the little saw that could here. And before I forget, we have a 28-inch lightweight steel bar with some semi-skip, pretty much clapped out firewood chain, Oregon semi-skip. I don't know, the stops are down quite a ways because that chain's old, but let us begin this session, shall we? We have the 620 Echo. Wardrobe change was successful. I'm kind of liking the handlebars. That thing's a combination of Stihl and Husqvarna as far as I can tell. Has 13. Oh, let's just reboot on that. So if we want to look at the bar nuts on the bar studs, they're 19 millimeter, but the bar studs themselves are 8. So they're the like small Husky mount essentially. 0K95, I think that is. They've got limiter straps on the spring mounts like what you see on some of the Husqvarna stuff right here. I haven't taken this saw apart yet. The chain catcher is kind of interesting. It's Husqvarna-ish. You're going to have a chain blow through that area right there, which that'll be a problem because you probably have to take the clutch cover off. The Stihl situation is much better. Husqvarna-ish going on here, kind of this little steel kind of bumper thing going on over there. So see-through tank somewhat. Can't get this thing to spin up more than about 12.5 or so with the limiters in the carburetor. That's where we're kind of at right at the moment. Okay, not a smog saw. You can tell that thing has some low end when you're running it, pulling on the handlebars. I'm actually pretty impressed with them, I guess, if you want to go down that road. For a completely bone stock saw, it's pretty heavy, but it has really good low end for a 60cc saw, so we're going to have to take a look at some of that later on in the bench talk operation, but from what I can tell, it's like a mini version 372XPW, and I'm hopeful that when this saw is done, even though we're not going to go quite as far as we did with the 362, it's going to perform well, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say it is going to perform well, because you got a pretty good little saw to start with. Alright, now we'll just run the stock 362 for comparison purposes. Okay, so the wind is blowing. I'm hoping we're not going to have any kind of an illegal dismount happen here. Check the description area. Timed run, I'll have that information listed in there. Based on what I'm seeing, when the 620 gets the hurt put on it on the operating table, I think it's going to run with that 362 based on just going by feel in the stock form at the moment. That's my prediction. I guess I'm going on record. The 362 that's completely stock did okay for a completely stock one. I can't say my chain is super awesome at this point, but it's doing alright, I guess. So, I guess in summation, good little comparison test. I had hoped that a 562 was going to show up, but this time of year people are really busy, and I'm still kind of waiting for my friend, client, whatever, guy I could have dinner at his table with, that kind of situation, to send a 562 over. With any luck, it'll be shortly. But anyway, thanks for watching this session. Have a blessed day wherever you might be on God's green earth.